Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. During this video, I wanted to talk about the conference call for Proterra. I'm going to be covering it once they get finished. I'm going to go through it and release a video this evening, but I wanted to tell you what to look for in the conference call and what I'll be listening for. The first thing is the charging and infrastructure updates. What needs to happen to scale and to convert this partnership between private and public partnerships? So fiscal policy, you should hear some things during the call regarding this overall infrastructure and charging stations that needs to be put in place so they can start really just ramping up production. Have they picked 4 to 5 highly traveled routes to electrify those routes to show that this infrastructure can work? Economies of scale. A lot of what they are projecting for 2025, they need to meet these economies of scale to improve their cost and further drive gross margin expansion to hit the numbers that they projected in their analyst overview. Their supply base, 25% of their supply base is outsourced, is not in America's. There could be some supply chain disruptions with this. Let's listen for some things on what they're doing to source everything within the United States. Battery cell manufacturing. Lithium battery source is the generation now. So they're on their 5 gen, but this could change. Their technology could change with after this generation. Going into the next 5-10 years, there could be some changes on what they're going to do as far as technology that's involved in manufacturing their cells. There is 9 commercial vehicle partnerships that could be important, critical. Growing these partnerships, and that could help with their bottom line and overall revenue growth with the business. 130 customers across 43 U.S. states and Canadian provinces. Did this number grow? Is it still the same? What's the projection? Where is their opportunity? Job growth. The CEO wanted to 5x this business. They want to go from 1,000 vehicles to 20 to 25K. Another way to make sure that the business that you're investing in is ran well is by looking at their financials. And there's 3 areas that you should be familiar with and review during the earnings release. The first one is the balance sheet. The second, the income statement. And number 3, the cash flow statement. In the balance sheet, I would recommend looking at the company's resources and assets and how those are financed. Assets, liabilities, and shareholder equity. For example, debt would be found under liabilities or by issuing equity as shown in shareholder equity. For the income statement, you're going to find revenue, cost, and expenses, also referred to as the P&L statement. Lastly, the cash flow statement. There's 3 different business activities: operations, investing, and financing. Make sure you take a look at those. So just look at the price action. Down 5% today. It was up almost 20% since my last, hey, this is going up. They've done the right things by talking about the misinformation, and it did. It went up almost 20%. It took a dip today, which I'm surprised to see. I wouldn't, honestly, I wouldn't even be concerned about price action. Get in low as you can. If you didn't get in, about a week ago, you really lost an opportunity to get in low. This sat at $14 solid. Volume was not good today, and that's why I think we're seeing some sell-off in anticipation of possibly an earnings that had some supply chain issues, and things that they're facing with COVID. This is their first, earnings release. So analysts are going to be able to ask some questions. We are sitting up, though, 8% right now. In the last week. I expect this to start trending up. I could be wrong. And then let's take a look at the overall chart. So let me pull this across real quick. And in the 5-day chart, we've got, some good action going up. It looks like it's gotten support. We've got some good candlestick action here. I like what I'm seeing in the 5-day chart. In the 1-month chart, relatively flat. It was consolidating for a while, and now it's starting to go up. It tried to test a little bit. It looks like it's going to bounce off of this 5-6% drop this morning. In the 3-month chart, this is where you can see where I believe we'll see some resistance. So I expect that we'll see an uptrend until we hit this, 1680 and definitely $18 mark. So if you want to take an opportunity, if you plan on holding this long term, but I would not sell if you really took the opportunity to add to your position or average down. This will be your sell opportunity to take some profits before this potentially sees temporary dip. We still have a long way to go with this, but I definitely would hold until the $17 mark, or that date that I told you about in my previous video of around September. So we've got a long ways to go. I see this price increasing, but let's see how this call turns out, and I'll see you in the next video.